Are we live?
Not yet. Okay, we are now. I am muting it. So yeah, we are now live. So watch your mouth.
Watching it right now. Wow. Is that what my mouth really looks like? Crazy.
You know, I do have to say though, can I just say before we even start the show, Casey, that you have shown some serious growth with the now that we broadcast or whatever. Because when we first started doing the Instagram lives, you only looked at your own face the whole time. Yeah. The whole time. And sometimes now you look up.
Well, I have grown to hate my fucking face. And so I've really started looking at yours for just, a little bit of relief.
And yeah, do you just love it?
I don't know.
Do you love it? Do you love it?
Look, I don't want to blame anyone in particular, but I blame my mother mainly because I don't know if you've ever seen her on a FaceTime or anything where there's a mirror involved or her looking at it. And she just does. She's very aware of her face. I don't even know if it's vanity. It is probably vanity, but we're people who are Italians seem to be very aware of their faces.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. We get it.
Also, I feel like the right side of my face droops a little bit. Do you feel that way?
Like your face droops? Yeah. I think your face is droopy. So I think it's just like an all around.
Go down. I've been looking at it a lot.
Do you think it's specifically your right side?
It droops more. I can tell.
I think that for someone who looks at their face a whole lot, I think you're a little crazy.
Maybe.
So hold on 1 second. I just need to I should put my phone on silent because, homosexuals be trying to hit a bitch up. They're like, hey, we hear that you like a red flag. Come on. And I'm
God. Are you getting booty calls on a Thursday after morning? It's still morning.
Oh, I'm not dead. I'm not dead, Casey.
No, you're not dead, but I mean, who's hitting you? What's the caliber of man who's hitting you up at 11 a.m. on a Thursday to fuck, Tony? I'm more concerned about
why? Because everyone is going back to the office. So now that everyone's going back to the office, my afternoon trade must be gross. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Or is it a banker with a lunch break? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm
telling you, those were good days. I remember living in Chicago, and I used to work down in the Loop. And my lunch break sometimes was spent on the grinder finding Office D. You know what I mean? Being like, oh, you have your own office? Can I come and be a slut in it?
Yeah, the old loop de loop.
The loop de loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back, instead of your breath smelling like onion, it smells like cum.
Yeah, but you could just say it was Sprouts.
It was delicious.
I ate a Sprouts heavy sandwich, and as a result, my mouth tastes like cum. Have you? My mouth tastes like cum. Want to try it? I just have some leftovers. Are you aware of how much Sprouts taste like cum?
I don't think they taste like cum. I think you're like alfalfa sprouts.
Alfalfa sprouts taste like cum.
Okay, I'm gonna pick some up. I'm going to try them. I'm going to eat a whole mouthful of alfalfa.
Let me know.
Can't wait.
Just have a little Sammy.
Maybe that'll stop me from fucking afternoon trade. Maybe I'm just like, no, you just need a mouthful of alfalfa, Tony, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah. You know what I realized? I don't even really like dick. I just love the taste of cum. And I now eat Sprouts twice a day, and I'm not gay anymore.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
I'm not gay. I'm just...
Scroll up.
A vegetarian.
I sent the receipt, you dummy.
Honestly, that was
she thinks because she's on a goddamn talk or game show again that she can just forget to scroll up.
Wow. I know exactly who you're talking about. Should we out her?
It's been announced.
No, out her as the friend.
Yeah. Shea Coulee be like, if we could just talk for real. Bitch owes me a little money. And I'm like, hey, you think you can pay me for what I bought? And she's like, how much again? And I sent her the receipt. I'm like, scroll up, queen. Scroll up. Tell Kelly Clarkson to wait a second and scroll up.
Is she going to be on the talk shows?
Yeah, I guess so.
Cute.
I hope that's not secret because now we are on YouTube, but just filmed it today. So I think it would go up today, wouldn't it?
Well, you can barely tell we're on YouTube with all the times that we've been using our phones and just not really doing
we forget. No, we forget. But I feel like regardless of whether or not you're a watcher, you like our pre-show. You like our pre-show. Our pre-show banter is a must, regardless of whether or not. But I do have an engagement in 30 minutes that is not eating alfalfa sprouts or swallowing cum.
Sure.
But it is making money, bitch.
Sure, Jan.
So would you like to do a show?
Sure, Jan.
Yeah. I hate you. I'm going to give you like a little countdown. Like we're going to start at like 4, 3.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet with two gay hosts who are not going to Coachella this week because they don't want to get pregnant and have to go home to their state where they can't have an abortion, with Casey Lai and...
Hi, I'm Tony Soto, but my womb is barren.
Baron Womb. That's also my drag king name. Pretty good.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Where is there? It's like Baron Von Womb.
No, just Baron Womb is good.
Baron Womb.
Baron Womb Trump.
So A, are you upset about not going to Coachella? And B, how many people do you think get pregnant at Coachella?
A lot. And
there's got to be a lot of abortions signed up. You're right.
I hope they're mixing their Molly with a little bit of Plan B just to make sure.
You should just take a Plan B with. Listen, Coachella folks, because it starts this weekend and also is next weekend. Listen to our voices, Coachella folks. We are gay people. We know what it is like to not get pregnant and to do drugs. Just take your Plan B with your allergy pill because you're going to be in the desert and it's going to be dusty out there. So you're going to have an Allegra. Just take the Plan B with it. Or swallow the loads. And guys, I also hear jumping up and down hills.
And guys, for you out there, our straight guys out there, our straight listenership out there, don't forget, same thing goes for your Viagra because you won't get hard with all the drugs that you're doing. And if you want to get these women pregnant, you're going to need to get hard. So, it's a mixed bag. But also, if you're from California or any state that's not Florida, Oklahoma, Idaho, and every other shitty state out there, then you don't have to worry about it because you live in a cool state where you can get an abortion. So
I don't understand people who want to fuck on drugs that the drugs, like the drugs literally make your dick limp. So I don't think that they're really drugs that are meant for you to fuck on. And so then you're just like adding like the possibility of a heart attack with the Viagra just so you can fuck on coke. That's weird. Like, oh God, methy gays. There's nothing sadder than watching a methy gay try to get a boner. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm like, I've given you 10. Like.
Also, what's even the point of like gay sex if you can't get someone pregnant? So what's even the point of getting hard? So maybe you should just.
I try to get pregnant every time I have gay sex. I want to get.
I know nothing seems.
I want to attempt pregnancy every time. You never know. I could be the next Mary. You don't know. God works in mysterious ways. That's how I hear it.
Speaking of which, happy Easter, everybody. Coming up. And who knows, we might have a new Messiah coming out of Tony's anus. One of these days soon.
A holiday? Well, you're an Italian, so I'm sure you buy in all that kooky booga booga Catholic nonsense.
Kooky booga booga.
You did. So you did Easter big, right? Where that was at your zhuzh.
I just want to say that Kooky Ooga Booga was my priest growing up. That was his drag name. Very problematic on a variety of levels, let me tell you that. He also the priest who baptized me got accused of touching a bunch of kids' penises. So
I mean, who's shocked by that? Oh my God! See, Catholics they're like literally they're like, nah, we're gonna stay weird. We're gonna keep wearing our fancy coats and our hats. We're gonna wear our shiny shoes. We're gonna do smoky down the aisle. We're just staying weird, and because like every other people like, we're gonna go. We're just gonna like fuck our sisters and brothers and
wear normal clothes.
and wear normal clothes.
So people think we're normal, and then we see their stupid, dumb Republican state senator faces being like, ah, blah, blah, blah.
But I'll tell you,
in another way.
Out of all the cults, and then we'll talk about what we're talking about, because this is completely off of our topics on our list. But I will always give a shout out to the Pentecostal gals, because if you don't know the Pentecostal cult, those fuckers are strict, and these women cannot cut their hair, they cannot wear makeup, and they have to wear long jean skirts all the time. And what I loved was there was like moderations of that cult with the ladies. Like there were like just the girls who would like boof up their top, not really big, and they were like showing out would be they'd put makeup on when they got to school. And then you'd have the Pentecostal girls who just like go and be like, shorts. That's right. I'm gonna give you a peek of my pussy. And it's like, all right, I respect the Pentecostals.
I love a good Pentecostal pussy.
I don't know. Those repressed religions. You know, I was just watching The View, and they had, do you know this woman, Julia Hart? She's apparently, it was a certain sect of Jewish religion that was super like conservative. And she was saying that she had family that when they got married, they didn't even know how to fuck.
Well,
like they had to be like, hey, how do you fuck?
Yeah, well, one, because they're like probably 15 or 16 when you're getting married.
Well, they were 19 or whatever. But
much better.
But the fact, like, I mean, like there are certain Jewish sects that like keep men and women apart up until the actual moment. And then you're like, oh, so what do I do with that? Like,
well, who doesn't want to have sex with your husband, who you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, for the first time, and have him bust all over your Pentecostal pussy in about 3 seconds? You know, that's how love is formed. It really, I feel like that's where you realize in that moment of joy and awkward pleasure.
Hold on.
Where you find.
I have to tell you about a TikTok that I saw that was so funny. There was this like heavyset woman who was on a treadmill, like working out or whatever. And she's like, wait, I take it all back to all the men. 3 minutes is a very long time.
That's very funny.
And I was like, see, TikTok bringing people together.
Thanks, China.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, right, podcast. I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you though? Because big news for you, Tony, this week.
I did have some big news. So yes, I've been talking about the fact that I got an agent over COVID, and they have been sending me out, and they've been auditioning. And actually, I landed a SAG commercial. As a non-union,
did you say fag commercial? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Sorry, my lisp is so pronounced that even my F's sound like S's.
No, Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah. So like, it was for drag. I'm in drag. It's for this very notable soda. For their pride, soda water. Sure. It's and prominent for their pride commercial. And I was with I played the mother of one of the game show drag queens.
Oh,
so I mean, she's getting cast as a mom. You know what? I never had my moment as the ingenue, Casey. I've never had it.
Yeah,
I've never had that moment where they're like, "Oh, come here, young lady." It's always been, "Hey, who's that old broad?" I haven't.
You're the Dame Maggie Smith of American drag.
I want to be the old lady. Is that the Harry Potter movies? I want to be her.
Yeah, well,
I want to be the Harry Potter lady.
There's a lot of old women in that. Yeah,
I want to be. You know, you
can't pick and choose. Clearly, you're just getting into the industry. You're going to be the drag mom, and you're going to like it. Okay, maybe in the Harry Potter version, but also problematic because J.K. Rowling, she doesn't even like your people.
They don't.
You can't pick one.
My people.
Yeah.
No, but umbrella. Like it was super. I mean, like here's the thing. There's no glamour in Hollywood except for the final piece. Like, let's be honest. Like anyone who's like listening in the flyovers right now to our gay voices, the idea that if you become an actor that it's going to be glamorous, that is not the case. I mean, unless you get super rich and famous and like are really good, that's not the case. So basically I got there and they tell you, they're like, call time 10:30, camera ready by 11. So bitch comes in her pads, face done, gets there at 10:15, mind you, because she's a thespian. 15 minutes is early, on time is late. And I get there, I get full Gphh, camera ready by 11, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be sitting a moment," and then we didn't film until 3.
Yeah. So what? Are you kidding? So you're kidding?
But Rich Drag Queen had a hard out, so that means Mother had a hard out too. So I was like, yes, I got home when the sun was still out. So
I love that.
But the thing is like, it's I don't mind sitting around. You know me. I sit around here. They gave me a trailer, for Christ's sake. Now, if I was one of the extras, I saw what they gave them. They gave them a tent and some chairs, and I was like, well, I don't want that.
You were a principal.
I was. Yeah. So, and this is going to be like a residual gnome. So,
I mean, that's really good.
I mean, we'll see.
I'm very proud of you, Tony.
Well, thank you. I mean, like it's just one of those moments where it's like, they always say the work is the auditioning and the fun is the gig, and it's like, yeah, because you get feedback for the gig, and that's been the biggest adjustment with me doing this, like especially like self tapes and stuff. It's like you don't get any feedback, like you don't know. Well, we talked about this. Hollywood doesn't tell you how to improve; they just don't call you.
Yeah, and often when you're up for something, and even if you're like the final 2 or something, and you don't get it, they don't even tell you. You just have to wait to find out that someone else got it.
Yeah, the show shows up on TV, and you're like, oh, I guess I didn't get it.
I'm still waiting. I can still get it. Maybe this was last season, but this was the last. But the repeat.
Thank you to everybody that was there. Like, it was super fun. I mean, I don't really know what I can say, so I'm being vague, but like, once it's out, you'll all see it.
Did you tell?
I don't think they can cut me out of it. I truly don't. I was right behind the famous one.
We'll see. Well, but she's a pretty big girl, so you might have, if you're just standing right behind her the entire time, you might.
But she's a dream. She's a dream. And if you follow me on social media, I think you'll know who it is. So, but anyway,
tell everyone that you worked with that you have a great podcast and that the drink should sponsor the podcast. Did you make any connections deeply into the upper echelons of the
guy who was the guy who was like the corporate guy? I was like, what? Listen, there was a lot of queers. There was a lot of homosexuals. I saw Jared was in the commercial.
Goldstein.
Jared Goldstein from the
awesome.
Soto show. Like, he was in it. Like, now, granted, I didn't see Life until I got on set, because where we were like a mile away from set where the trailers were. Huh. So like, and
did they give you a little golf cart to ride all geeked up?
They bussed us over.
I got it.
One of those like little bus vans. And so when I got there and I saw people, it was nice to finally get like, the rubes to be like, oh, drag queens.
Right.
I mean, rubes,
and they
most affectionate way.
Yeah, well, I was like, I hope you asked all of them if they were to listen, and then now I'm hoping they're not listening because you are insulting them.
Yeah, this is how much I use the word rube.
God, you tape one piece of white paper with her name on it to a trailer, and all of a sudden she thinks she's fucking better than everyone in fucking Hollywood.
First of all, we could be honest. I thought I was better than all of you before I fucking got a commercial.
That's why I'm worried.
It has never changed. I'll just be able to take you out to dinner more. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm liking all of this grandiosity, but also put the money where the food's supposed to be.
Well, so I'm sorry that you can't get abortions anymore. America, I don't know. It's happening. It's like dominoes. And the thing is it's happening so fast that no one's even commenting on it. Like, I don't even, if you don't know, every fucking backward state has adopted the no abortion stuff, basically.
Oklahoma, Idaho, Kentucky, Florida's the biggest one. I mean, Florida's where, you're going to go to Florida. A lot of people are going to get pregnant in Florida this year and not be able to get rid of that baby. And look, I get it. You think it's a person. Okay. And that's fine. Okay. But you know who is a person? That person who's pregnant with that bunch of cells. Yeah. So let them scrape the cells. Okay. Yeah. Let them scrape the cells.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes without saying.
And go ahead. Were you done? I'm sorry.
Well, but I was also listening. There's when you were saying like people aren't even talking about it, there's a whole, this is crazy. In 2022, there's this whole underground network of like renegade abortion practitioners who are preparing to be constantly mobile, picking up people. Some states,
this. Yeah.
I think it's Oklahoma, maybe it's Missouri. Missouri is trying to pass a law that makes it illegal to get an abortion anywhere. If you are a resident of Missouri, there's no way that can hold up in the Supreme Court. Although who knows, the Supreme Court is made up of crazy people now. And abortion and people who literally think the aborted fetus is the most important thing in American politics, and American jurisprudence. But in Missouri, they're literally trying to pass a law that if you live in Missouri, you can't even travel to another state to get an abortion. You'll get prosecuted.
But see, I look at
Handmaid's Tale shit.
I mean, I look at it this way, though, like one light at the end of the awful tunnel of us losing in the midterms is that all of this anti-abortion stuff, all of these future debt. Listen to me, listeners. Listen to me, people who live in those flyovers. This is going to equal more deaths than the scraping of cells. This is going to be, because you're not going to stop abortion. This is the thing that is like, you will find a way, and it will not be safe, and it will be bloody, and we will be finding bodies behind dumpsters again or in bathrooms again. And this is going to be something that the Republicans are going to have to wear because, I'm hoping still that the Democrats are going to stay in power, but it's going to be their fucking mess. And how are they going to clean it up? Like, they're not good at governing. Republicans have they want to be in power so they can make their friends rich. That is the extent of their knowledge of politics. And they proved it time and time again. So I don't know. I mean, this is going to get messy.
Yeah. And there's no way it's not. And I think, it does suck. Like, Republicans come in, ruin everything. Democrats have to spend the 4 years to 8 years that they get elected, because it was so bad under the Republicans, because this country only will elect Democrats when the Republicans literally drive us into the ground through financial and social mismanagement and bad wars, and so we have to clean up the mess. And then halfway through, everyone's like, but my gas is up a little money. I had to hurry on limit this money. And the other thing is like, what we're not talking about is like, and I get it, gas prices hurt. Food prices are higher, but what they're not talking about is wages are up. So it's like I mean, it's still a struggle. I mean, the thing is like you don't want prices of things to go up and then your money to go up because that's counterproductive. But what I think is like messaged here about inflation is because Americans are so what's happening in my backyard, they think that the inflation is only happening to them. Wake up, people, read a paper and you'll know that inflation is happening around the globe. We are having issues right now because of a supply chain, because we had 2 years of a fucking global pandemic where 700,000 people plus died. Like, I don't understand how we can so quickly, and this is the problem with social media and being so connected and being able to be so distracted, that a global pandemic that killed that many people and stopped an entire planet, suddenly, now that fucking Trump is out of office, we have to suddenly forget that and we have obstructionist Republicans like Greg Abbott in Texas who are holding up one of the major ports in our country because they want your prices to be up. They want it because the prices are up. It's good for them in the midterm. If Democrats fix this and turn this around, it's not good for them because they don't have a government platform to go. They don't have a plan. They don't have anything. And that will show. But at this point, you're all fucking distracted. And here's the thing too, like, your gas is for something. It's been for something in California ever since I've fucking been here. But that's because we live in a liberal state with a high gas tax.
But you don't hear us complaining about it.
No.
No. I mean, granted, it did get up there.
I mean, it's $6.
It was UK prices, and I'm more like, but it's just because no one's paying attention to anything but their Twitter feeds.
I agree with that. And I mean, even if prices go down and gas prices go down, food prices go down, Democrats did let one person one time who was born with a penis beat some women at a sports game. And so we're still going to lose because apparently that's the thing that people care about. Like, literally, like in all of these, like, in just all the fuck states, like they're getting, like, all the ads that people are running are all about this fucking nonsense that doesn't matter to anything. Idaho is going to be taken over by complete extremists because of things like this culture war stuff. And
this is and mind you
that we're like the country is like, no matter what happens, like bad will win because bad is more emotional, and all like nuanced and important things that mean a healthy, thriving society will lose because that takes a tiny little bit of thought.
And Republicans are like walking contradictions when it comes, like they're literally the ones who scream to liberals being like, you identity politics, all you want is identity politics. And that's literally what they're staking all of their shit on, is identity politics. And then you have fucking people like Caitlyn the Crap Jenner, who is a Fox contributor now, and goes on TV and is interviewed, and we're supposed to take her seriously and she's like, oh, I completely support Ron DeSantis, and I support the Don't Say Gay, and I'm the person who has talked to my children about sex. And I was like, oh, Caitlyn, for 60 years you sure did miss a part. You sure did miss a part of that sex education with your fucking kids, you stupid bitch. And then you have fucking someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene who comes out on live TV and dead names the stupid broad and then calls her a him the whole time and ends her fucking rant with saying these crazy men in wigs have to stop thinking that we need to care about their opinions.
And also, if Caitlyn had maybe talked to one of her stepdaughters about sex a little bit more, maybe she wouldn't have fucked Ray J on film for a while.
Well, wait, were they married when that came out?
Let the joke stand, Tony.
You're right. I'm sorry, I did not mean to step out, but I was like, look, she tries to do math sometimes. All right, it's never successful, but she tries.
And I mean, I'm going to say, and I'm an advocate for fucking on film. I think it gets you, look at the $1 billion empire that, sucking Ray J's dick created so
there's benefits to sex. This is the thing. It's so pretty, but
don't say that.
But what I'm saying is it's just like, and then you have fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene calling the Capitol Police, who she didn't want to give money to or even a goddamn ribbon, and is like, Jimmy Kimmel made a bad joke about me. It's like, shut the fuck. But
the thing is, it all works. That's the thing that I don't like. That's why I just have this. I'm starting to have this like nihilistic fucking attitude towards it, because it's like, until something really bad happens, like it's all all of the bullshit doesn't get filtered. Like
we live in I want to hurt you worse than you can hurt me society. That's what we have. I want to get you harder than you got me, instead of like, let's try to like calm down and have a talk.
And I'm interested in that. It's like, RuPaul's like, how the hell are you going to love yourself how the hell are you going to love anyone else if you can't love yourself?
Yeah.
In America, we don't love ourselves. We hate everyone
else.
No
one's happy here.
How the hell are you going to hate everyone else if you love yourself? So you might as well hate your, like, it's crazy to me.
We're fed this nonsense. We're fed this nonsense for years about like, you could do whatever you want. You just got to work hard. And even the laziest person, and you know who the fuck you are, the laziest person will look at somebody else and think that they're not working near as hard and don't deserve what they have. Like, how do they deserve? And they're like, this is the thing. These are the fucking couch potatoes that are sitting at home, and they're like hating people for their success on TV or whatever. And it's like, that's what we feed on. And then we fucking gave a 4-year presidency to one of the biggest narcissistic bullies out there, and fed it every day. And then we had to hear it during a pandemic when we were trapped at home. Like, and no one goes to school. We don't care about education. So it's like, everyone's dumb.
Wow.
We're doomed. We're doomed. And I don't even know, like I was telling you before we started, I'm like, I feel like I'm on ketamine. And what I mean by that is, when you are on ketamine, when you are on good ketamine, let's say you get stuck on some ketamine, everything around you is chaos. It's wild. You don't know what, and I don't know what it is. But people are like, wah, 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 like there's things, like everything's jittery and crazy, but you can't move and change a thing. And that's what I feel like right now.
Wow, you're really making me want to do some ketamine.
I remember when that used to be fun. But see, this is the thing. When remember that fateful day when I fell out that chair? That was when I kind of was like, I think I'm over this because things were chaotic at that time. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like the world is like this. And I don't know.
I hear you. But I remember that time you fell out of that chair.
They came back to haunt me at a bar, like when those two strangers showed up, and then at a bar, like months later, someone was like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You fell out of that chair."
Look, it happens. People are always watching, and you always feel like you're on ketamine. So,
But you get what I mean. Like
I get what you mean.
I've never been able to explain getting stuck until now.
I hear you, it's hallucinatory out there, and not to belabor this point too much, but like the Democrats, literally are leading. The leading figures on the right are these fire-breathing, insane younger people. On our side, it's tottering Joe Biden. A bunch of other old ass like
Dianne Feinstein's out of it.
She's literally in the San Francisco Chronicle, her paper. They were like, many people are saying she's completely lost her mental capacities and just, repeats the same thing over and over and over again. And that's our senator from the great liberal lion of California. So
and the thing is, you have to think about your voters too. Like, you let this old daughtery woman, like, listen, she hasn't been young for a while, and I'm sure she's done a lot.
1,002 years old.
Yeah, and it's like this thing where we have to like. We don't have to glorify our ancient beings, okay? Like we should be past the days where that old racist Klan member was in his seat until Robert he died at like 100. Well, no, the one who was
Robert Byrd, that was his name. Yeah. He was in the Klan. Yeah.
So like,
oh no, Strom Thurmond.
No, Thurmond. Yeah.
But we had one too on the Democratic side. That was Robert Byrd from West Virginia. He was 1,000,000 years old and also a former Klans member, but at least he voted occasionally on the right side.
So I think that we just we want everything young. Like, everyone wants fucking young. Pedophilia is so in right now. It's such a talking point, but y'all want your politicians old and daughtery. I don't understand.
Because I feel like, that in that way, then, the kids they're fucking can run away faster and easier because all politicians on the Democratic side are pedophiles. That's also weirdly enough something that's resonating. Do you know 1/3 of the country believes that Democrats have like a cabal of kitty fuckers leading everything? Like 1/3 of our country.
And the truth and the facts match it. Like, I didn't realize that the former Speaker of the House that was under, what was it, Bush or whatever, was in prison. I didn't realize he was in. I didn't realize he went to prison for raping kids or raping boys. Like,
but he hadn't done it for years. Allegedly, he was only doing it when he was a wrestling coach of a high school. And then he became Speaker of the House.
Yeah, and we think Pelosi's running a fucking child sex ring. Fucking open your eyes. Who's that awful fucking guy from Ohio that's Jordan? Jim Jordan was a sympathizer for a kitty fiddler at a school for years. Let it happen. Turn the other way. Like this idea, and this is where Democrats and liberals suck, because they need to be like, President Biden needs to get on stage and be like, here are all the conservative kitty fuckers that are out there or who have allegations against them. Okay, there are none on our side at this point. Now, I'm not saying there aren't, but I'm saying there is clear evidence of fucking conservatives that like to fuck babies. There's a Tennessee representative who met his fucking wife when she was 15 and married her at 18. Like that, trying to make it legal to fucking marry kids. Like, open your eyes, America. Like, this is crazy. And because you're so scared of trans people peeing. It's so fucking lame. You're all so fucking lame.
I want him to do all the same things and then be like, and we killed Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, we did that. Like, I agree. I mean, grand scheme, I do. I'm sick of, God bless Biden for doing what he thought he could do and thought, which was the impossible, which was like, re-engaging with a little bit of niceties. There's no niceties on that side. They're literally accusing. They're saying we're all pedophiles. Show Show me the pedophiles. As Cuba Gooding Jr., also who's just apparently going to jail because he
Because he
is a little grabby.
guilty to forceful touching. Yep.
Show me the pedophiles.
Yeah.
And I'll show you where they are. They're all fucking kids in the Republican Party. Is what's happening.
And this is the thing.
They're the pedophiles. You know what? Let's start that. They're the hashtag. They're the pedophiles.
And this is what makes me upset that our platform is not as big as it needs to be, because we would be screaming.
We know who the pedophiles are.
I mean, look, I fucking know sense that they made up a pizza place. They shot up a pizza place. They made it up. Like, they made up everything. Like, these people think that a dead president or a dead president's kid or whatever who died in a plane crash is coming back.
They thought that show, Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place, was about two guys fucking a girl in a pizza place. And it wasn't. It was a bad show with Ryan Reynolds from years ago, the 90s. It wasn't real. If you want to shoot anyone, don't go to the pizza place. Shoot the creators of the CW or whatever show it was on. Anyway.
Oh, we've come to the end.
Perfect.
Would you like
the world?
Yes, as we know it.
Appears to be. We didn't even get to the MAGA Proud Boy porn star game.
I know we didn't, but listen. Apparently, we apparently, like our fast food places, we have to really, really research our porn actors and who we choose to masturbate to, because we're just blowing loads to a bunch of racist white fucks. You know,
if you don't want to come, if you don't want to support racism, research your porn stars.
Yeah, research your porn stars and see how they vote. Casey, would you like to tell people if you have anything going on or where they can find you?
You can find me on the social medias at Casey Ley, Ley. Plug it in, see what happens. Venmo, Casey-Ley. Some shows coming up at the end of the month. I'll start promoting them later.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you like the Gay Power Half Hour, please go find our iTunes page, subscribe to it, rate the show, leave a comment. We appreciate it. San Francisco. I'm coming. I'm going to be there on 420, baby. No GPHH next week, Obvi. I'm going to be, well, I guess we could do it on Thursday when I come back. Yeah, we never mind. Sorry, I'll take that back. But I'm going to be in San Francisco with Learn the Words, bitch, at Oasis on 420. Doors at 10, show at 11. Come out and strut your stuff, babies. Lip sync for me. Show me what y'all can do. I'm very, very excited about being there. And remember, first place gets a 420 prize package from my wonderful sponsors at the California Street Cannabis Company. I am the Tony Soto Show on everything. That is no Tony Soto Show next week. That's for sure. And only one more until summer. Okay. Bye, guys. Well, we did that.